Hello, everyone. Welcome. So, no one gave me any ideas. Welcome. Well, the audio is working, thank goodness. I'm sorry I couldn't do it this morning, but I had to sleep and work. So, Kitty, Monkey, I love you. Welcome to the All Signs reading. I've chosen. How come it doesn't say this? I've chosen a theme for today's reading, which I will put again. All signs. Do you have a secret admirer? Romantic admirer, because it's, romantic admirer. Boom. Public, there we go. There we go. Voila, as they say in France. Welcome. So I'm going to start from Aries and go all the way to Pisces. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I'm just loving that. So we're going to wait, as we wait for people to come into the room, I'm going to sage a new deck. What's an oracle? Type of themed oracle. And it's called Inner Freaking Peace. So we'll use that as at the end for something fun, right? Just waiting for people to come into the room. Hopefully people will come into the room. Oh, welcome. Thank you for coming. Okay. Okay, there we go. So the decks I've chosen is, of course, one of them is the Inner Freaking Peace. But the primary pull, I don't know if you are meeting them around work or however you make your money, or you meet them at their work, because this is the quintessential work deck for me is Modern Witch Tarot. I'm going to clarify with the Connolly Tarot. If the clarifiers need clarifying, I haven't used this deck yet, the Stained Glass Tarot. I can only use decks that I'm pulled to, so what am I going to do? Hello, everybody. And then for a final message, Love and Money, Oracle, and the Inner Freaking Peace. Voila! Now, I'm not showing my face. I've recently had mouth surgery, and I don't like the prosthetics they've given me. So I'm ordering new ones, but I have to mold them first. So I'm gonna be wearing this for some time, okay? Sorry about that. If you wanted to see how I really look like, I have older videos. Oh. One moment, making some technical adjustments. Okay. Hi, monkey, good baby monkey. So first we're going to begin with Aries. Do you have a secret romantic admirer, right? That's the only ones we really care about. Hi, baby. You're being so good today. I love you. Do Aries, now, just a disclaimer, okay, not really disclaimer, just added info. This is, when I read for the signs, it's not just one person, okay? Every single Aries will have some kind of energetic tie to the cards, okay? So some storylines may resonate, some may be off the wall, but you will experience all the energies illustrated by the cards. For instance, the Fool card typically means someone who's not serious, right? And then the Lover's card is, you know, in reverse, is like an illicit affair, and so on and so forth, right? Okay. I'm glad we cleared that up. Somebody's here. Sunsless, thank you for coming again. I appreciate you, babe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for the blue heart and the butterfly. Hi. So I will be doing personal, like yes, no readings at the end, okay? And I do them in order they're received. How are you today? I'm really good. How are you? Today is much better than yesterday. Did you have a good day? Oh, good. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. Do Aries have a secret romantic admirer? 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 It's hard to say that last word without teeth. Boom. We're going to pull 3 cards. You do. All 3 cards in the upright. I don't know if they're... I want to say a Cancer sign, even though I don't have Cancer cards here. Okay. But we do have the 9 of Wands in the upright. Now, my key phrase for this card in any deck is waiting for the other shoe to drop. So you may suspect already, Aries, who this might be and that you have a secret admirer. There's not a push-pull, but there's like, you may go back and forth about, you know, I wish they'd make a move and no, I don't want to, you know what I mean? You go back and forth. So here's this 8 of Cups. You might leave a space which might prevent this secret admirer or make them second guess about approaching you. Thank you, Sunless. I remember pronouncing your name, your handle correctly. Sunsless or Sunsless. And then the 10 of Pentacles in the upright. 9th house, 9 of Wands is related to the 9th house, Sagittarius, and also to the Hermit card. The 8s are related to both strength and justice, and the 8th house of Scorpio. And then you have the 10th house with the 10 of Pentacles, right? Which is Capricorn energy. But remember, I distinctly felt a Cancerian energy, right? Now, you're kind of waiting for this person to make a move, but you waffle back and forth. Sun is okay. Thank you so much. That's easier for my mouth to pronounce with the way it is right now, post-surgery. Eight of Cups. You see these in the Nine of Wands. People are asking for directions. They may be looking for cues. Sorry, I'll hold it up longer. They may be looking for cues from you about whether to approach you or not, right? Or they may be coupled up already. And it's kind of waffling back and forth. They want to. They admire you. They're into you. That is clear from the cards. I don't know if you or they fantasize about the other when they're drinking or you're drinking. It's not, but it's not gross where you're just fantasy fodder. It's like their only option because you're not together or dating, right? I just feel really strong. It's not just attraction. They like you personally, okay? Ten of Pentacles. You might be, or they might be at the completing a important money cycle. That's positive, right? Okay, let's clarify. With the Connolly Tarot. Now, the Nine of Wands, I don't want you to think it's a knight. The Nine of Wands, which some readers call the wounded warrior in the Rider-Waite, which is not really wholly accurate. At any rate, barring that, there's some kind of boundary in between you, whether it's professionally established boundary, like, hey, you can't fraternize with each other, or just a boundary where someone's sending out a vibe that, don't bother me, or I can't decide, or whatever it is. I think you like them too. I don't think it's a surprise, in other words. This, there is a wholesome quality to it. Like I said, it's not like illicitly sexual, right? Okay, so let's find out the Nine of Wands. What's this Nine of Wands mean for Aries and their secret admirer? What does this Nine of Wands in the upright mean for Aries in regards to this question? What does this Nine of Wands mean? Hello, everybody. In regards to this question. So again, for those who are just joining us, we're on Aries, and Aries, the cards say yes, they have a secret romantic admirer. Okay. The Nine of Wands is clarified by the Nine of Swords in reverse. If they were worried about before their admiration of you, they're not anymore, because the Nine of Swords is in reverse. They've gotten past a big obstacle in regards to, I don't know if they're waiting for cues from you. Like, yes, I'm interested, and yes, please approach me, right? I don't know if they or you travel a lot, but they're looking for directions from you. Now, a cluster of two nines, we call this a tarot cluster, right? This tarot cluster means documents. Now, remember, this is my work career deck that I was drawn to, right? So you meet them you know them through your work or their work, right? In other words, what I mean by their work, I mean, they could be the postal deliverer guy, or the butcher you visit at the store, or whatever it is, the yoga teacher, right? Yeah. I was going to say something about yoga teachers, but I'm just going to couch it. Anyway, that means documents. So either you work with documents, or there's an employment contract, or somebody is married, or, you know, committed in some way, right? So let's clarify. Are you drinking, or are you both trying to kind of let go, right? This is a high level attraction because you have 8, 9s, and 10s. Okay? In other words, it's not just 1 and 2s and the Fool, right? Now, just a word of caution, whenever we get the Fool in this kind of reading, and this is for all the signs, that means someone is not serious, okay? What's this? 8 of Cups in the upright. And if we get the High Priestess in the upright, that means we're not supposed to know. Yet. What is this 8 of Cups in the upright mean for Aries in regards to this question? What's this 8 of Cups in the upright mean for Aries in regards to this question? What does this 8 of Cups in the upright mean for Aries in regards to this question? What is going on? There we go. Wasn't on. Okay. The kitty must have turned that off. What's this 8 of Cups in the upright mean for Aries in regards to this question? One more time. Again, I don't randomly cut. Where I'm supposed to cut kind of lights up, all right? Tower. To clarify the 8 of Cups. I think this person may resolve that they don't have a chance, or they may make a sudden exit due to, I mean, it could be a house fire, a natural disaster, or just a sudden intense event that's a surprise. And I don't know if it's an event in career with the Sun card, right? Well, whatever it is, the Tower turns out, it's probably a positive Tower where there's like a sudden letting go. So if you're interested in them, you need to let them know that you are open. Now here with the 10 of Pentacles, you can see a person's admiring their reflection, and they're kind of like, dressing up and choosing what they're going to wear. Okay? The 10 of Pentacles is an inheritance card. It's a family reunion card. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if you or they are inheriting a new position, and that's why the sudden leave or sudden letting go, right? And if you're her housewife and you don't work, then substitute this. This is a person that you see quite frequently in the neighborhood. Okay. What's this 10 of Pentacles mean in the upright for Aries? What's this 10 of Pentacles in the upright mean for Aries? Hello, everybody. Now, we are doing personal yes and no questions at the end after Pisces. Page of Cups. Remember I said I sensed that they were Cancerian? Queen of Cups. I think you're going to let them know. There's an emotional openness and invitation. There may be drama involved. But in the threat of a letting go, maybe spurs one of you to action. Like I said, it's pretty wholesome. And then you have the 6 of Cups in reverse. I want to say they're not nostalgic about it. Or about you. You're unlike anyone they've met before. And I think that's part of the admiration. Right? Maybe you're not their usual type and that intrigues them. Like, why this person, right? I'm just saying. Okay. So let's pull a love and money oracle. And just see what any final messages come out. Is this an oracle or tarot deck? It's an oracle deck. Where are my glasses? Hi, NTLY10. Thank you. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your handle. Are there any final messages for Aries and about their secret romantic admirer? Is there any other final messages for Aries and their secret romantic admirer? Are there any final messages for Aries and their secret romantic admirer? Are there any final messages for Aries and their secret romantic admirer? I hate that. Boom. Speculation in reverse. They are very focused on the Ten of Pentacles, right? It's important. Money is important to them. It's a number 48 card, which breaks down to 24, which breaks down to 12, which is hangman energy, right? Don't follow other speculative advice blindly, like tarot readers. They made you believe it's a shortcut, but in reality, it's just a waste of time. I now know that was untrue. But the main message is a speculation card is in reverse. They know that they really like you. They're not on the fence, right? If they haven't made a move, it's because they haven't gotten the nonverbal cues from you. Hi, Natalie. I'll try to remember from now on. Thank you. I'm Natasha, by the way. Okay. For anyone who's new here, I've been reading for over 35 years, 7 years on YouTube. I used to have over 1,500 videos on this channel, and I did a purge a couple of years ago, so that's why you don't see a whole lot there. I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, and feeling empathic. And I've been thusly since I was 4 years old. Okay. I can't read. Nice to meet you too, Natalie. Okay. Now we're going to read from the Inner Freaking Peace. And this is the first time I'm using it. Are there any more messages for Aries in regards to their secret admirer? Are there any more advice or messages for Aries and their secret admirer? Are there any more messages or advice for Aries and in regards to their secret romantic admirer? Boom. F yeah. Dance in the storm. To me, this speaks of seizing the day, carpe diem. On one hand, you're waiting for this person to make a move, especially if you're a woman, because you're not supposed to make the first move, right? That's what we're taught growing up. And, you know, so some ways it sticks. But this other person is waiting for a cue from you. So if one of you doesn't make it known that they're open, then it's just going to fizzle out and die. Okay? It's basically the bottom line. Okay? Now we're going to move on to Taurus. Again, I will do yes-no private readings at the end, but they have to be phrased in the yes-no, right? Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry I couldn't do it this morning. I had to work. And nobody participated in the contest that I posted. Does anybody want to choose the tomorrow's themed reading for all signs? That would be amazing. Do Tauruses have a secret romantic admirer? Do Tauruses have a secret romantic admirer? Do Tauruses have a secret romantic admirer? I heard no. Sorry. I'm just the messenger, man. I mean, it doesn't mean forever, right? Well, I trust the clairaudient messages over cards, even though they're in the guest orientation primarily. However, you or they, whoever is supposed to admire you, is focused on work, or you work in a team where fraternization is looked down upon. There's some kind of destined connection, though. Even if they're not making a move and they don't know if they admire you right now, you have a destined partner according to the cards in your midst, I think. Oh, did you? Does anybody want to try right now to, by the end of the, Pisces, see if they can, I'll read about whatever you guys want. It's hard to know what other people want to hear, or know about. Guidance from your spiritual mentor. That's more of a private reading. Now, in private readings, it's not infrequent that I do get names of spirit guides. Not always, but sometimes I do. And guidance is such a broad word, so the more specific the question, the more specific the answer, right? But that's good. You're heading in the right direction, I think. This is a sort of destiny. And you see it's like plunged into a table. I think they're around you. They're focused on something else right now. And you know how sometimes love comes like a thunderbolt out of the blue. I mean, you never go looking for love, right? And then here we have in reverse the Queen of Cups in the reverse. I don't know if they're male or female. They're a bit of a drama queen. Okay. They're making a new beginning of some kind, and I think they just need to get their sea legs. But I feel like they're around you, that it's coming in. But currently you don't, okay? According to the cards. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it, Natalie. I think I did a couple of recent ones like that, though, so I kind of want to, I mean, I don't mind doing them again. Thank you. Well, let me know definitively by the end of the... I'm willing to, take them all and do them all, Please clarify the Three of Pentacles in the upright for Taurus in regards to their future secret admirer. Please clarify the meaning of the Three of Pentacles. You're going to find them in a group situation, or you're in a group situation with them currently, okay? There's the Three of Pentacles, the team. And I don't know if you're part of a team that is building something. Boom. Queen of Swords in reverse. Now, 2 queens as a tarot cluster mean gossip. So maybe, you know how sometimes you just can't help how you feel about someone. It may be that people notice this attraction or admiration before you two do, you know? Like, oh, they would just make such a good couple, or, you know, or something like that. But we're clarifying the 3 of Pentacles. I don't know if you meet them in, or things blossom in a training session. This is a promotion card, a raise card, the Architect's card, right? Divine timing, right? The Wheel of Fortune. When you do come together or become known to each other, there's good luck around it. And it appears that you're destined, okay? Meaning, not necessarily destined to stay together, but you're destined to meet each other in this lifetime and have this experience, is what I mean by that, right? Okay. I think that's pretty much it. Let us get any additional messages from the Love and Money Oracle. What additional messages do you have for Tauruses and their future secret admirer? What additional messages do you have for Taurus and their future secret admirer? What is the additional messages you may have for Tauruses and their future secret admirer? Boom. There's a pop out. Trump card in reverse. Now, Trump cards are court cards, okay? In reverse, it's number 55, which is a prime number. I'm ready to trust you, but I still need to keep my final card hidden from you now. I won't run from our connection, but I have to protect myself until I'm certain. So maybe they do know that they admire you. They're just distracted right now, and they want to finish or complete something or achieve something before even thinking about approaching you is a possibility. And then the pop-out you have is a 44 card, which breaks down to 22, which is the World card, right? And it's loneliness in reverse. This person doesn't need you, or they know that you don't need a partner. So that is the essence of a logical mind, you know? I want you, I don't need you, that kind of thing, right? And it's in reverse. And see how upright? It's galactic, you know? It like looks so zen. But let me read it anyway. I need to take control of my life, and this journey is the first step. I'm not ready to commit to anything else until I find myself, okay? So this person actually knows, but they're not even entertaining it. It's not like, it's almost like, I feel like if they start to think about you and how much they like you, they go, okay, I can't have this on my plate now, and they kind of shut it off, you know, is the feeling that I'm getting. And if I get any sense of descriptions or something, I will tell you, okay? It comes in here and comes out here, whether it makes sense or not. What additional messages or advice do you have for Tauruses? What additional messages or advice for Tauruses do you have? What additional messages or advice for Taurus do you have? Ooh, that was a short shuffle. Now remember, this is from the Inner Freaking Peace Oracle, right? Activate per mantra. The power of meow. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is sex kitten, right? I don't know if you want to hasten things along by just being a little bit more seductive around them. I don't know. That's the thing. Okay, let's move on to Cancer signs. Now, for those joining us, I will be doing yes, no private readings at the end after Pisces. So please stay with us and please subscribe to the channel if you like the readings. I appreciate you. Okay, Geminis. Do Geminis have a secret romantic admirer? Do Geminis currently have a secret romantic admirer? Do Cancer signs, saying Cancer, under Gemini. But maybe I guess Cancer could be involved. But we'll couch that for a second. I might be just moving ahead of myself. Do Geminis have a secret romantic admirer currently? Do Geminis have a secret romantic admirer currently? I have a pseudo headache, which is a headache I only get during readings, so I don't know if you give this person a headache or they're kind of a headache or what. The cards say no, not currently, okay? And I don't feel one in the wings currently at the moment. So here's the thing. I give you my messages, right, wrong, good, or bad. I don't gloss, okay? Doesn't mean forever. It just means currently, okay? But I have to tell you what I'm thinking, feeling, and hearing. The Three of Wands in reverse. Maybe you're not in a space where someone has an opportunity. Like, for instance, if you work from home and you're a homebody and you never go out, you know what I mean? That could be an element. It's some kind of restrictive element. So 3 Wands in reverse indicates no opportunity. And then you have the 5 of Wands in reverse. Now, I always think of this card in this deck as the gang that couldn't shoot straight. They're just bumbling, right? In reverse, I don't know if this person... I mean, you don't currently have a secret admirer. I don't know. It's like a group... I don't know. I just feel so much separation in a group situation. And then you have the initiate of chalices, which is the Page of... Is it Page of Cups? Yeah, the Page of Cups, because the novice is the Knight. Okay, it's in reverse. No emotional invitation. I think you're just not in a circumstance currently. Okay, this isn't forever. I don't do timeless readings, okay, ever. They're stupid, okay? So, and you can tell everybody I said that. You don't currently, but I think the circumstances are around you are just not supporting the opportunity to do so, okay? So we'll go ahead. There's no reason to clarify. I'm so sorry. But I'm going to tell you how I'm getting the messages. Hello, everybody. Now, what do I mean by a secret romantic admirer? Someone who really wants to go out with you, who hasn't told you this yet, who's really into you. And it could be just sexual, or it could be that they want to get married or whatever it is, but they admire you. Okay? So it's a little bit more wholesome than someone just like macking on you, right? Okay. What additional messages do you have for Geminis? What additional messages do you have for Geminis in regards to this reading? What additional messages do you have for Geminis in regards to this reading? God, big cards. Peeping is in reverse. Now in the upright, someone sees you. They're able to see you. And it's kind of secretive. Here, no one can see you, right? You're not peepable. The walls we built for privacy have crumbled, and now everyone knows too much. We need to rebuild trust before we can move forward. And this is a number 19 card. 19 breaks down to 8, which is strength or justice, which breaks down to a 4, which is emperor energy, which breaks down to 2, which is high priestess. Now remember what I said, I think during the Taurus reading, there's 3 cards I pretty much look out for in romantic, love, and sexual readings. The Fool card is not serious. The Lover's card, a little bit more serious. In the reverse, it's an illicit affair or illicit longing, right? And then the High Priestess, we're not supposed to know about this yet, okay? Now let's pull a card from the Inner Freaking Peace deck, and then we'll move on to Cancers. What other messages or advice do you have for Geminis in regards to this question? What other information do you have or advice for Geminis in regards to this question? What other messages do you have for Geminis in regards to this question? The divine in me honors the divine in you. Dang. And then it says, Namaste, biatches. If you don't look for it, it will come. Okay? But you have to also create opportunities for yourself to meet a wider demographic of potential suitors, according to the cards, okay? Now, sometimes the restrictions are cultural or political. Like there's a lot of talk of right now of a housing bubble, you know, so coming in. So, you know, people will be uberly distracted during that time about finances. So that creates a kind of social and cultural restriction for a period of time, right? But if you're a homebody and stay home and don't go out, then, you know, it's kind of what I saw in that reading. Okay, now we're going to read for Cancers. Now remember, we're going to do yes, no private readings at the end after Pisces. Thank you so much, Sun. Do Cancer signs have a secret romantic admirer? Do Cancer signs have a secret romantic admirer? I see someone kind of standing off to the side as if looking, so I'm going to say yes. I'm like seeing it outside, like I'm watching it happen. I'm seeing one person like sitting down, the other one just kind of like this. Do Cancer signs have a secret romantic admirer currently? Do Cancers currently have a secret romantic admirer? I heard haste makes waste. Boom. You do, but they have an agenda. And I think you sense this. I don't think you're interested in them, but you do have a secret romantic admirer. Here you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. They may be optimistic that they have a shot at you, okay? But see how he's looking? He's looking over her shoulder at her pentacle at a bank. So he has like an agenda. They may admire your looks and how you are, but this person, I don't think they have good intentions. And you are who you hang out with, I want to say. And I don't think they hang out with a really smart crowd. So I kind of get the sense that they're not curious about life in general or anything. That this is a person who just scrolls endlessly on social media. You know, just consuming images, right? They want something from you, ultimately. But I think they do this with everybody, or try to. But this is the gang that couldn't shoot straight. I think they don't think there's any competition. They also may think you're a bit of a drama queen. It's not me. This is the messages in the cards. I don't know. They feel icky to me. I don't know if you know who this is. I think you do. And you're like, ugh. Sorry. Now, when I say it's secret, it's because they haven't approached you. You know, you may suspect, but you don't know, right? This person's ick. Totally ick. I don't like them. At any rate, what is this Five of Pentacles in reverse mean for Cancer signs in regards to this question? What does this Five of Pentacles in reverse mean for Cancer signs in regards to this question? Does anybody know who this is? What's this Five of Pentacles in reverse mean for Cancer signs in regards to this question? Okay, I'm going to force a cut because I'm not getting the tinglies in my fingers. For clarifying, I heard Snoop Dogg. Maybe they're a fan of Snoop Dogg. Okay. Optimism. They think they have a chance at you. I don't know if they're an air sign, but see how manipulative they are? Illogical, irrational, part of a gang that can't shoot straight. So they hang out, because he's an incurious type, he's not going to hang out with intellectuals, in other words, okay? This person is not intellectual. They're not your type, basically. And that's probably why they ick. And they spend a lot of money. See how he's looking at her pentacle over her shoulder? So money's important. I think he just lives off people. Ugh, he's a moocher. Yeah, he has secrets. And you're going to have to use your intuition around them. Okay. I'm curious to know more about the Five of Wands. Why they think that there's no competition. Like, this person has like a really... They're arrogant, but they have nothing to be arrogant truly about. Okay? So it's almost like a mental thing. Like a mental illness. I'm not saying they're crazy. I'm just saying like they make a big show about being in business, you know, like abroad in like Ethiopia or something, you know, and you're just like, I don't know. They just create this persona like they're so important and they're not, you know. I don't think they're kind of a con artist, really. I don't know if they're professionally doing it, but there's a person who will move into with you just because they don't want to pay their full rent or something, not because they want to prep themselves with marriage with you, you know? I'm just saying. Yeah, this person's ex. So what's this Five of Wands in reverse mean for Cancer signs in regards to the question? The Empress in reverse. I don't think this person had especially if they're a dude, that they had a good role model. So if you're a woman watching this and they're a man, they don't have a high opinion of women because probably the mother wasn't a good model. So they might be a little misogynistic. The Sun card is good either way, but you may meet them in career or their job. In a corporation or a school setting or a religious setting. This person will make themselves out to be charitable and I don't know, they're just like not any of the things that they put forth. And I have a feeling that you can see right through it. I don't know, I don't like this person, I don't like this person, I don't like this person. Sorry, Cancers. But you guys can suggest a themed reading about maybe future partners, perhaps. Because this person isn't it. Please give me additional messages for Cancers. Please give me additional messages for Cancers in regards to this question. Please give me additional answers in regards to this question for Cancer signs. I heard towing the line, which is Hierophant energy. In other words, this person is not a rebel. You know, they don't want to appear like, they want to appear good. I mean, they're a liar. But, I mean, they want to appear good, but when I say towing the line, I mean, they try not to do anything weird in public or individualistic in public, or like they don't want to like stand out to, they like to send out and people and be, you know, people, you know, worship them and stuff, but they don't want the wrong kind of attention, right? They're the keeping up with the Joneses type. Ultimatum. It's another 37 card, which is, I believe, a prime number. Activates during emergencies and signals immediate action. Triggers alerts and prompts quick decision making. Imposes an irrevocable choice with severe consequences. I did get the sense that this person, who you're not interested in anyway, is not adverse to DV, okay? But they lack confidence, so they will push people to make choices. They're very oppressive in relationships, it looks like, according to the cards. Okay, I've had enough of this creep. Okay, is there any advice for Cancer signs in regards to this question? Is there any advice for Cancer signs in regards to this question? Is there any advice for Cancer signs in regards to this question? Welcome, everybody. Pick one thing beyond your control and let it go just like that. It came in blocked, though. Okay? Busy transiting BS. But it was blocked, so you need to unblock. You need to let go more easily. I don't know if this person... They have a powerful personality, which means that they have a lot of personal power and they are able to connect with you energetically. So I would really limit your interactions with them. And remember, don't ghost anybody ever, because that connects you to them for a really long time. Okay? And vice versa. You always want to bring closure to a situation. No, I don't like you. No, you're not my type. Forget it. You know what I mean? Okay. Now we're moving on to Leos. Now remember, Leos, I'm doing yes, no private readings at the end after Pisces. The advice is run for the hills, for sure. Do Leos have a secret romantic admirer currently? Do Leos currently have a secret romantic admirer? Do Leos currently have a secret romantic admirer? Do Leos currently have a secret romantic admirer? I heard no, but they do. So you may be someone's secret admirer. Boom. So I trust I trust the clairaudient messages over the thing, but whoever, once you make it known that you like them, they'll respond to you, and they'll be like hot, hot, hot for you, because it's the Ace of Wands and the upright. It's very sensual, like very, with the number 15 card, the one that we don't speak of. We never say the word. We never say the name of this card because we don't want to summon them. Okay, trust me, it's a bad thing. I've met 2 of them and it sucks. So, but see how she's writing down in journal. They're low-key obsessed, but they admire you for, they think you have your shite together. Like, even if you don't, you appear to. You appear to be the Queen of Cups, where you're open and experienced and knowledgeable and smart and sexy, you know? But I think you know, once you make it known that you're their admirer, they're going to be into you, okay? And it will be a very sensual, I don't know what substance, much substance would, sorry, I was getting a message. How substantive the relationship would be. It may be just sexy, right? Okay. Let us clarify. Let's clarify the card we don't speak of. This is the number 15 card. It's named this. Please don't ever say that word out loud. What does this card we don't speak of mean in the upright for Leos in regards to this question? What is this card we don't speak of and its meaning in regards to this question for Leo? What is the meaning of this card, one we don't speak of, in regards to this question for Leo. Boom. Thank you for being here, you guys. I appreciate you. So the number 15 card, the one we don't speak of, which is about a session, materialism, right? You can see that spirit guides are talking to her. We see how she's very solitary. Now, sometimes this card can mean like a mental enslavement. You are really focused on something spiritual, because it's clarified by the Temperance card in reverse. Now, I'm not loving this combination because, for instance, I'm not getting this storyline. I'm not saying they have an STD, but just as an example, if you don't use protection, okay, you could expose yourself to viruses that are either permanent or not, right? See how this wand is uncovered? I'm just saying, it's a warning. There's an impatience involved. It is obsession, or will become obsession, because someone can't let go. I don't know if they're a Capricorn, Leo, Scorpio, water sign, water fire combination, and they have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Now you have the Queen of Cups in the upright. This, even though you may secretly admire this person, and maybe they come, if you come together, you start off like this, but end up this. Okay? This is a very, like, the basis of this relationship could easily become, because the cards are showing me, sex-based. Okay? Without any substance. You know, or plans for the future, right? Okay. It's not the end of the world. I mean, if you know, expand your demographic, you'll probably get more admirers. This is just currently, right? Do you have any additional messages for Leos? Do you have any additional messages for Leos in regards to this question? Do you have any additional messages for Leos in regards to this question? Do you have any additional messages for Leos in regards to this question? Self-discipline is blocked, okay? This could easily become a sexual obsession that would take years to get beyond, okay? 34, that's a prime number. There are so many temptations to break my discipline, but I'm trying my best to avoid falling into old habits and focus on building for a better future. And then this is the picture on the card. You got it in reverse, right? Let's pull another one. Fatal blow, danger. Remember I was talking about STDs, right? Number 28 card breaks down to number 14, which is temperance. Is it temperance? Yes. Temperance. Is this a death card? Anyway, I read it as temperance. Number 14 breaks down, and then 7, the chariot card. I used to limit myself to safe zones, but now I realize I must face the dangers to survive this. Right? Transition. You won't be able to let go. This is a very kind of dangerous, not dangerous to your spiritually and potentially physically dangerous, not because you're going to, get murdered or something, which I don't even want to put out there. I'm just saying this is not optimal connection. Okay? Is there any advice for Leos in regards to this question? Is there any advice for Leos in regards to this question? Is there any advice for Leos in regards to this question? Is there any advice for Leos in regards to this question? I heard in my head, chill the fuck out. Don't let dumbasses get you down. Chilling like a boss. Zanbiach. I love it. Okay. Now we're going to read for Virgos. Now remember, Virgos, I'm going to be doing yes/no private readings at the end after Pisces. We're using the Modern Witch Tarot, clarifying with the Connolly Tarot. The clarifiers need clarifying. The Stained Glass Tarot, which I haven't yet used, but is fully saged. The Love and Money Oracle for additional messages, as well as the Inner Freaking Peace Oracle, right? Okay, Virgos. Thank you for joining me, you guys. You're awesome. I appreciate you so much. Do Virgos have a secret romantic admirer? I heard several. That's nice. Too bad they're secret. Remember, I'm a double Virgo, double Pisces. Do Virgos have a secret romantic admirer? Do Virgos have a secret romantic admirer currently? Do Virgos have a secret romantic admirer currently? I mean, we heard several. Can I almost add it on to that question? Let's read the cards. Yeah, the answer is yes. Now, they might be scorpionic or mysterious in some way. But I mean, I have to cover up some of this card because I'm monetized. But this is the Tower card. In this deck, the Modern Witch, this is like something you can't unsee, right? And then you have the Five of Chalices in reverse, which is good because there's no regret, there's cautious optimism. You're not a sloppy drunk, and that's probably why they like you. You got your stuff together. But they may be, now there's one that stands out above the most, okay? This is my AA card, the Emperor in this deck, because it looks like an AA meeting. So they may be sober, okay, or practicing sobriety. Thank you so much, son. I appreciate you so much for being such an excellent moderator. Hello, everybody. So, I mean, they're looking, if they're sober, they're looking for someone who doesn't drink, generally, okay? I think they imagine you, they fantasize about you sexually, for sure. But see how you're different. Oops, sorry. See how you're different. You're more wholesome than their usual type, I want to say. Which is probably absolutely true. Okay, let's clarify. Well, Virgos date to marry, usually, so. But we're typically not into the group orgy thing. You know what I mean? Okay. Please clarify, maybe the attraction was sudden somehow, or out of the blue. What does Tower card in the upright mean for Virgo in regards to this question? What does the Tower in the upright mean for Virgo in regards to this question? What does this Tower card in the upright mean for Virgo in regards to this question? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Just set your subscriptions to private. Nobody will know other than you that you're subscribing to me. Really appreciate it because it really helps the channel. Boom. We're clarifying the Tower card, okay? Here you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. If they were worried about the connection before, they aren't anymore. They had a dark night of the soul about you. They're still not quite ready to make the big new beginning with the Ace of Cups in reverse. But you stand out with the Five of Swords. You stand out above the rest. You win over at least two others. So this person has options. Okay. But see how they're... I don't know if there was a battle of some kind, but this person wants it to be peaceful between you. Anyway, there's a lot of cards. They're cautiously optimistic. Let's clarify the Emperor. So this person may be in a leadership position, or they may be a leader in their community, or they may tend to act like a, you know, a big daddy or something, you know, in relationships. They have that quality, you know, that kind of fiery quality, right? What does this Emperor card in the upright mean for Virgos? Emperor card mean for Virgos in regards to this question? What's this Emperor card in the upright mean for Virgos in regards to this question? Boom. I don't know if they're a Sagittarius or a Pisces, but they might have a revelation about you. They might be married, but not loving their relationship, but who cares? They're married. And possibly. Or they just recently lost an Empress. At any rate, yeah, still, there's like a heavy thing of no drinking because the Three of Cups is in reverse. But this is a no reunion card too in the reverse. This is not three's a crowd or a third party situation. That's not what Three of Cups mean. This is a reunion card. In the reverse, there's no reunion. There's a lot of cards. Yeah, Three of Wands in reverse, no opportunity. I don't think anything is going to come of it, but they definitely like you a lot. You know? There is a potential for this to turn upright, but I don't know. This person has a lot going on, right? Getting sober takes a lot of effort, I hear. I'm fine. I, you know, drink periodically, but I've been around alcoholics. You know, everybody in my family is an alcoholic except for me. And one of my older brothers who eats big bowls of candy instead. you know, instead of drinking, you know. I'm so glad I don't have to endure that. But I hear it's rough, okay? Hi, everybody. Welcome. Let's see if there's additional messages from the Love and Money Oracle for Virgos. What additional messages do you have for Virgos in regards to this question? What additional messages do you have for Virgos in regards to this question? I hear there will be someone else. Please give me any additional information for Virgos in regards to this question. One more. Fatal blow is in reverse. I think you or they are not trusting that the relationship with you or you with they could go well. You know, maybe you're both headstrong or hot-headed or something, right? Number 28 breaks down to number 14 card, which is Temperance, which breaks down to the Chariot. I used to limit myself to safe zones, and now I realize I must face the dangers to survive this. And then this is also in reverse, Sudden Wealth in reverse. Number 11 card, which is a prime number. Let go of the anger that stems from feeling unworthy. You have always deserved more, not from this world, not from the world, but from yourself. Recognize the abundance already within. So again, you're the type who doesn't need anybody, you know. If you choose someone, it's because you choose them, not because you need them, right? Okay, let's get the advice, and then we'll move on to Libras. What's the advice for Virgos? What's the advice for Virgos in regards to this question? What's the advice for Virgos in regards to this question? What's the advice for Virgos in regards to this question? What's the advice for Virgos in regards to this question? Have a Buddha-ful day. Cultivate inner Buddhaing. Boom. You're fine. You have several admirers. This one is not going to make a move, so maybe the other ones will. Okay. Libras. Now remember, Libras, at the end of Pisces, I will be taking yes, no. I will be performing yes, no personal readings, okay? All right, let us begin. Well, I do drink. I'm not sober, but everybody in my family is an alcoholic. So I know I've seen personally the effects of it, and it seems like really hard to get sober. I drink whenever I want, but I don't know. I'm able to do that. So, yeah, thank God. Okay, Libras. Do Libras have a secret romantic admirer? Do Libras have a secret romantic admirer? Do Libras have a secret romantic admirer? Boom. I'm afraid the answer, according to the cards, not currently, no. Here, like Virgo, you have the Five of Cups in reverse. You're optimistic about the future. I don't know if you're trying, so the Modern Witch Tarot has 4 extra cards, one representing each element. This represents fire. I think you might be, good, bad, right, or wrong, you know, your focus is elsewhere, you know. Even if you long for a relationship, your focus is elsewhere, and I think you're putting out that vibe, right? Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're ready, right? You may have someone... Now, this is the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay? I don't know if this is your energy. This is the Novice of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords in reverse. But if this is not you, this is someone who's kind of like a sophisticated stalker. So someone may be stalking you socially, but they don't consider you a potential candidate for dating because maybe they live at a distance or something. But I do feel like someone enjoys your social media posts, perhaps. But it's not someone you're in an immediate environment, I don't think. Okay? So let's clarify this. Is this you or somebody else? What is this Knight of Swords in reverse mean for Libras in regards to this question? What does this Knight of Swords in reverse mean for Libras in regards to this question? What does this Knight of Swords in reverse mean for Libras in regards to this question? Boom. The Hierophant in reverse. Now, this is my quintessential Aquarian cards. Okay. In the upright, though, for me, after 35 years of reading, is Taurus. In reverse, it's Aquarius. Okay. Whoever this is, from, you know, they're at a great distance. They may be a teacher or a professional student, like a PhD candidate, perhaps, is what I mean by professional student. They're curious, but they're roguish. They don't toe the line. So they may have, like, if they do fantasize about you, it's really like distance scenarios, like voyeurism or something like that. And then the other one we have is the Knight of Pentacles. You may actually know them, because this is 2 knights as a tarot cluster, meeting old friends. But they're not classified as a secret admirer, probably because you know them, but they will never ever make themselves known. And they're at such a distance that you're not even like a candidate. There's no circumstances for even dating, even if they had the cojones to even approach you. Okay? I'm not saying they're uncourageous. I'm just saying, you know, if you live in the USA, they live in Singapore or something. It's just like not in the cards. It's not realistic. So, yeah. But they're still going to look at you and, you know, low-key admire you. But they have local options because they feel like at a distance. But you know them. You've met them at least once. Okay? Because 2 knights as a tarot cluster mean meeting old friends. Let's clarify the elemental fire card. Ouch. What's this elemental fire card in reverse mean? It's like someone's trying to extinguish their fire for you. You know? What's this elemental fire card in reversing for Libras in regards to this question. What is this elemental fire card in reversing for Libras in regards to this question? Boom. Here's an extra card in the Connolly Tarot. The Gateway to Meditation. Here you see a partially open door, right? And when you meditate, the whole point is to open yourself up, right? Closed, cracking the door just a little bit, right? They feel there's no gateway. They want to make their way towards you, but this is a halt, right? Again, they might have Cancerian energy, at least water energy, yeah. They may be angry that you are far away. So in other words, if this person moved to your part of the world, or city, or state, then they would go for it, but it's just like not real, to them it's not realistic. Okay. So the admiration is quelled. It's more like, I don't know, it's very detached. What are the additional messages you may have for Libras in regards to this question? What additional messages or information do you have for Libras in regards to their question? For this question? It's stuck like glue. I mean, this person is kind of all over the place. Maybe they waffle back and forth. I heard only if. This made its attention known. Imprisonment. This kind of slipped out of the deck. I don't think it's like even low-key obsession. It's like you're there. They like you. They somewhat know you. And then it's like they dismiss it. They feel like a very strong Aquarian energy. Consequences of non-compliance can be severe and lasting. Disregard for rules disrupts order and invites conflict. Remember, this person is rogue, right? Hidden legal dangers lurk or threaten your peace. So I don't know if you're like off limits or if this is like some kind of forbidden relationship of some kind, or would be considered thusly, possibly by cultural standards, like a Jew and a Palestinian or something. I don't know, like that. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just using that as an example. What advice do you have for Libras in regards to this question? What advice do you have for Libras in regards to this question? What advice do you have for Libras in regards to this question? Welcome, everybody. I appreciate you. What advice for Libras do you have in regards to this question? So what do you want the all signs themed reading to be tomorrow, guys? The advice is wax the hell off the task at hand, and it was in reverse, so it's blocked. Wax on, wax off. Your advice. So remember in the Karate Kid where there was this repetitive motion because, you know, he had him like, Sensei had him, the Ralph Macchio character, you know, doing all what seemed like cleaning tasks, but really he was teaching him technique and movement, right? Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Right? but it's blocked. So your advice is to, I don't know, I want to say learn techniques for, it's very similar to Cancers where you have to, or Geminis where you have to go out more. You have to make yourself more available because there does seem some sort of blockage a little bit. Okay? Okay. More movement is what you need. Definitive, clean, right? Not messy. Precise. Okay, now we're going to read for Scorpios. Now remember, Scorpios, at the end of these all signs, after I read for Pisces, I will be performing yes, no private readings, okay? And they have to be phrased in a yes, no. Otherwise, I just move on to the next question. Do Scorpios have a secret romantic admirer? I heard, of course. Do Scorpios have a secret romantic admirer? Do Scorpios have a secret romantic admirer? So I was just given a warning, okay? For women specifically. Men have, the genders have different invitational cues, okay? And they perceive romantic situations and invitations differently. No matter what, if you do not intend to sleep with or conjugate with a man, never, ever, 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 ever go to his hotel room. Ever. Well, I'm just going to run up and get my jacket. You want to come with me? No. It's not like a danger thing. It sends the wrong signal if you don't have that openness or intention. Okay? It's just not appropriate. Or to their house, for that matter. Okay? You don't want to be... Yeah, you don't want to send the wrong signals. Because the women perceive like, oh, yeah, I'll go with you. Because it's like a friendly thing. Like, I don't want you to be alone when you go to the hotel room or alone. Yeah, I'll come with you. Or I don't want to be left over here. I'm just saying, for you younger women, it's not appropriate if you don't intend to sleep with somebody to go to their hotel room or their home. Okay, I'm just saying. And that came up during the shuffle, so that's why I'm telling you. Do Scorpios have a secret romantic admirer? Remember, I heard, of course. Now remember, when in the beginning of the all signs it said there's 3 cards that always pretty much mean the same from romantic reading to romantic reading. If the Fool card appears, that means it's not a serious relationship, right? It's more sex-based. Lover's card, great in the upright, but in the reverse it's an illicit affair. And if we get the High Priestess, that means we're not supposed to know right now. Okay? I heard, of course, but the cards say no. Even though I trust my clairaudient, you have the High Priestess smack dab in the middle. Okay? And you see this higher self or spirit guide or spiritual presence in a group, right? Now, they might even be a fellow Scorpio who tend to watch someone from afar secretly before making a move or even speaking to somebody. They watch them from a distance. Okay? Whoever it is, they may not even ever tell you because of the High Priestess. Okay? Plus, they might be trying to balance their money. They might have money issues right now anyway. So, see how this person is running? Trying to balance their budget, trying to save for a trip even, perhaps, but it's in reverse. It's unstable. It's not balanced. And then you have the Initiate of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. If you ask them straight up, like, hey, I can tell you like me, don't you? They'll lie. Like, they don't want you to know. So I don't know what the deal is there. So I would say yes, but they're not going to make a move, according to the cards. Okay? Hello, everybody. So let's clarify the High Priestess, because that's always kind of mysterious. It's definitely from a group situation, okay? Possibly a spiritually based or faith-based group. Your intuition may even tell you, oh, I know this person likes me, but they're like straight up, no, I don't. I don't know what that deal is. That's weird. But okay. What does this High Priestess card in the upright mean for Scorpios in regards to this question? What is the High Priestess in the upright mean for Scorpios in regards to this question? What's this High Priestess card in the upright mean for Scorpios in regards to this question? Boom. Yeah, they're in troubled waters right now. They're just trying to navigate life, right? With the Six of... It almost looks like the Six of Swords was Six of Wands. Sorry, it's the Five of Wands in reverse. They've just gone through a battle. They're trying to find answers with the Hermit card. There's a lot of cards. And with the Nine of Cups in reverse, yeah, they're going through a hard time now anyway. So they probably feel they have nothing to offer, you know. They're just trying to get their life right. Okay. Well, you can move on because they're never going to tell you anyway. What additional messages do you have for Scorpios in regards to this question? What additional messages do you have for Scorpios in regards to this question? What additional messages do you have for Scorpios in regards to this question? What additional messages do you have for Scorpios in regards to this question? Using the Love and Money Tarot. Rejection. No. They're definitely not going to make a move. So blames themselves for rejection and feels unworthy of acceptance. They feel like they have nothing to offer. Rejection offers a lesson in resilience. Feels trapped in a cycle of rejection and unable to break free. So I think you're dodging a bullet, basically. Because, I mean, this person would be... You'd be good for them, but it would be too much work. And if you're, you know, 57, like I'm about to be in a couple weeks, you know, if you're younger, you can, you know, help somebody grow. But at my age, you're just like, yeah, if you don't have it together, then I don't have time for this. And you know what I mean? You, in other words, you've done your time trying to build somebody up and be good for them, because at my age it saps your energy rather than gives you energy. Okay, all right, let's get the advice. I mean, personality wise, not if somebody gets sick, of course you're gonna have to take care of them, but you know what I mean. But if someone can't get their, you know, just the basics of life, you know, worked out, then, you know. Anyway, I don't want to ruminate on that. What's the advice for Scorpios in regards to this question? What's the advice for Scorpios in regards to this question? What's the advice for Scorpios in regards to this question? Boom. It's in reverse, so you're blocking. Let the crazy shite go. You don't want crazy. Anyway. The path to inner peace begins with 4 words. Not my effing problem. Okay? All right. That resonates. Okay, now we're going to move on to Sagittarius. Now remember, Sagittarius, at the end of this all signs, meaning after Pisces, I will be doing or performing simple yes, no private readings. Okay? And the more specific the question, the more specific the answer. Do not tell me your sign. Do not tell me your birthday. Just ask me your question. And it should be phrased in a yes, no. The more specific the question, the more specific the answer, meaning, will John and I get married one day? Is less specific than, will John and I get married to each other within 12 months? You see what I'm saying? Okay. Sagittarius. Do Sagittarius have a secret romantic admirer? I heard several. Like Virgo. You had the same answer as Virgo. Do Sagittarius have a secret romantic admirer? Do Sagittarius have a secret romantic admirer currently? I heard real estate. I don't know if that's a clue. Boom. Oops. Uh-oh. So you have the Empress card in reverse. I don't know if you're older, because this person, either it's done the family thing, they've raised the kids, and now they're not interested in, they want to have a relationship, but they don't necessarily want to get married and have kids and, you know, that kind of thing. And then you have the Elder of Wands, which is the King of Wands in reverse. This is a person who can't keep promises as a rule, or they think this about you. It's Wands energy, right? And I don't know if they think you drink, or maybe they day drink. Somebody day drinks. It's either you or they. But they feel dejected or rejected by you already. So I don't know if they're losing admiration for you as time goes on and nothing happens, right? So let's clarify. Is this you or they? If it's they, I mean, you have Aries, Taurus energy here. A lot of strong Aries energy. Could they be a water sign? Sure. But the court cards, 8 times out of 10, are people for me. And I do read primarily for sun signs. What does this King of Wands in reverse mean for Sagittarius in regards to this question? What is this King of Wands in reverse mean for Sagittarius in regards to this question? What's this King of Wands in reverse mean for Sagittarius in regards to this question? Five of Cups. It's someone who's trying to quit drinking, I think, or just trying to get over rejection if they don't drink. Okay, they're cautiously optimistic about life in general, or you are. I'm pretty sure that this is you, this Elder of Wands. And you're about to start a new money cycle. I don't know. This person doesn't feel like... I do feel like you have a secret admirer, but they're not going to get him. They got a lot going on as far as remorsefulness and possibly drinking. They may not be on the same page as you as well if you're wanting to get married one day, okay? But you're about to start a new money cycle anyway. But I mean, there's a generalized feeling of defeat by this person. So I don't think they're going to make a move. I feel like they're trying, if they do admire you, they're trying to like get rid of that because maybe they feel that there's no chance, because maybe possibly they feel rejected, right? Okay. Oh, I hear the baby. I have a neighbor who just had a baby, and I can hear the baby sometimes, which is lovely. I mean, if you've raised children, you know, it doesn't really bother you to hear babies, you know, because you're kind of just always used to it. Anyway, it's nice to hear a baby around. It's one of those quiet cry babies. I mean, it cries constantly, but it's like a quiet cry. It's not like ear piercing, you know. At any rate. Are there any additional messages for Sagittarius in regards to this question? Please give us any additional information for Sagittarius in regards to this question. Please give us additional information. Hello, everybody, for Sagittarius in regards to this question. Welcome. Boom. Digital Deton. You can see a foot or like a shoe smashing the face of a cell phone. Lost in the virtual world and neglects real-life relationships. Rejects. Realizes the need for a digital detox and seeks clarity. Feels overwhelmed by digital content and needs a break. So this person has other stuff going on in their head. Money worship. Self-interest rules decisions and disregards fairness. Values are for sale to the highest bidder. Money comes first and ethical concerns come second. But Sagittarius love money, man. So you may be starting a new money cycle anyway. So, you know, let's see if there's any additional advice from this oracle. Is there any advice for Sagittarius in regards to this question? Is there any advice for Sagittarius in regards to this question? Is there any advice for Sagittarius in regards to this question? Is there any advice for Sagittarius in regards to this question? Boom. It's in reverse. Guess I'll just chill. And then the back says, all blissed out and nowhere to go. Again, you have it in reverse, but here it is in the upright. I mean, there's so many fish in the sea. You're okay. Cultivate inner Buddhaing. I get the sense that you're not really interested in religion right now, just spirituality. I don't know. It comes in here and comes out of here. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Now we're going to read for Capricorns. Again, Capricorns, at the end of Pisces, I will be performing private yes/no readings with anybody on the chat who wants to ask me a simple yes/no question. Okay. Again, there's 3 cards that pretty much mean the same thing for me after 35 years of reading whenever they come up in a romantic reading, which this is. The High Priestess, you're not supposed to know right now, meaning you, me, and you. The Lover's card in the upright is love and a lover's choice. In reverse, it's an illicit affair. And the Fool's card means whoever it is, they're not serious, you know? Okay. Do Capricorns have a secret romantic admirer? 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 Boom. I can't tell if you do or not, but I can tell you if you do, they're not broadcasting it. And they might be in your immediate friend group and you probably partied with them at some point or met them in a social nightclub, restaurant kind of situation. I don't know if you or they are experiencing an ending or recently had a betrayal of some kind. But you have moved. See how she's taking the swords and she's like breaking them and putting in the dustbin here? Like, you ended a really bad situation and you're just like, you're totally done. And you're just kind of, I don't know if you or they are cultivating their oats, you know, kind of like just dating casually. And then you have the Magician card in reverse. Now, whenever, this is a 4th card that comes up. So whenever the Magician cards comes into a romantic reading, that means someone, meaning the querent, has to make the first move. So they're not going to say anything unless you make the first move. See here in the upright, in the Modern Witch Tarot, she's like praying, asking for guidance from a higher self, right? You're going to have to make the first move if you know who I'm talking about. Okay? Because they're not going to make the first move at all, according to the cards. Let's clarify the 10 of Swords in reverse. What does the 10 of Swords in reverse mean for Capricorns in regards to this question? What does the 10 of Swords in reverse mean for Capricorns in regards to this question? What does the 10 of Swords in reverse mean for Capricorns in regards to this question? What does the 10 of Swords in reverse mean for Capricorns in regards to this question? The Magician card in reverse again, clarifying. Someone's been hurt, and even though they've gotten rid of it and like burned their ships, basically, the Magician is tied to the aces, okay? Because it's the number 1 card. Either somebody feels like they want to build up their resources. They're not ready for a relationship. They're not broadcasting. There's something holding them back from asking you. So, but if you ask them, they might entertain it. So the Magician card came up twice. Somebody's definitely in their head. So after the Ten of Swords, this person degresses into an Eight of Swords. So they're kind of ruminating. They may think they've burned their ships, but they might have burned their ships too quickly and ended something too quickly. They're still healing, in other words, is what I'm getting. So just go out and do this. And there might be a reunion of some kind because it's the Three of Cups, but this feels more like, you know, girl or boys' night out. At any rate, you're going to have to make the first move because they're not going to tell you. Okay? All right. Let's see if there's additional messages for Capricorn. What additional messages do you have for Capricorns in regards to this question? What additional messages do you have for Capricorns in regards to this question? What additional messages do you have for Capricorns in regards to this question? Shredder. Notice patterns that suggest it's time to delete unwanted memories. Random thoughts and intense feelings urge you to shred the remnants of the past. Like this person. They're like, nope, not going to think about this anymore. And like, oh shit, I'm thinking about it. You know, they're trying to shred. They're trying to move on. Right? And maybe you should move on too. Be more flexible. Flexibility, number 5 card. Adapt and overcome and bend without breaking. Hiding is strategy, not weakness. Strength found in the ability to yield and bounce back. So you both may be healing. Again, you're going to have to make the first move if you want this to happen. What's the advice for Capricorns in regards to this question? What's the advice for Capricorns in regards to this question? What's the advice for Capricorns in regards to this question? What's the advice for Capricorns in regards to this question? Two hours, pretty good. That's what I need to get these all signs down to, like an hour and a half. So I can do them like at 5:30 in the morning. My time, not your time. Something's so right about that. And keep your word. Be authentic. Okay. Now we're going to read for Aquarius. Now remember, Aquarius, at the end of Pisces reading, I'm going to perform private, meaning, you know, personal, I should say personal yes, no questions hereafter. Okay? Do Aquariuses have a secret romantic admirer? Do Aquariuses have a secret romantic admirer? Do Aquariuses have a secret romantic admirer? Monkey, the baby, I hear my baby. Monkey. Oop. Virgo had the same card in the same orientation, the same position. Oop, I have to cover the boobies. Here you have the Tower card. Okay, this is office romance, or you can't unsee what you've seen. You may witness, or they may have witnessed you with other people. I think they view you as kind of a sex kitten. With this Eight of Swords, see how there's people joined, right? I don't know if they do fantasize about you, it's like they try to like keep you in a tower, like you're confined in some way. They may have Aquarian characteristics as well. But here we have the King of Swords, or the Elder of Swords, in reverse, right? I think the answer is yes, you do have a secret admirer. They're not rational about you, though. There's a kink factor, most definitely. Like they may imagine watching you in a group situation. God, I'm like limiting the monetization of this video for sure. At any rate, it is what it is. These are the messages. Yeah. I can't tell if they're going to make it known. I'm not sure. Okay. And here on Ministry of Tarot, we don't pretend. So, or tell you what you want to hear. I'm not really sure. The answer is yes, you do have a secret admirer. I don't know if they're going to do anything about it. So let's clarify this Tower card for Aquarius. In regards to this question, please clarify the Tower card in the upright for Aquarius. In regards to this question. Ooh, that was quick. I got the tinglies in my fingers. The Star card. They hope to, be with you one day, and I mean biblically. I want to say they have high hopes for you. This person thinks that you might be the one, like the one, right? For sure. They really admire you. They want to lock you away up in a tower. No, even if you're a dude, they want to lock you away. Like, no, it's okay. I'll make the money and you can just stay home and look pretty. So it's irrational. It's possessive. It's actually kind of attractive, It's not a light relationship. I mean, you have to like this kind of intensity, for sure, okay? And kink, that's the other thing I got, okay? If I go any further, I'm going to just have to shut off monetization to this video, so I don't want to do that. So I thank you guys. But you can help the channel in other ways by subscribing. If you don't want anyone to know you're subscribing to channels, just make that private, right? Same thing with the likes. If you set your preferences to not have your subscriptions or your YouTube history seen, your likes won't be seen either. Okay? What additional messages do you have for Aquariuses in regards to this question? What other messages do you have for Aquariuses in regards to this question? What other information do you have for Aquariuses in regards to this question? Boom. Contract, yeah, they want to marry you. They fantasize about marrying you. They think you're the one. Okay, and if they haven't made a move yet, I can't explain that, but it's not just a fantasy. They think you're the one for reals. Contract, deep karmic bonds bring responsibilities and life lessons, relationship strain caused by codependency and conflict. Yeah, I mean, this person is like, it'll be very intense if you get together. Now, the number on this card is 40, which breaks down to 20, which is the Judgment card, which breaks down to 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, which you got, which breaks down to the Hierophant, right? Which is a marriage card. Boom. Okay. Let's see if there's any advice from Inner Freaking Peace Oracle. And then we'll watch Pisces. Or we'll do Pisces. You'll watch it, I'll do it. What's the advice for Pisces in regards to this question? What's the advice for Pisces in regards to this question? What's the advice for Pisces in regards to this question? What's the advice for Pisces in regards to this question? What's the advice for Pisces in regards to this question? What's the advice for Pisces in regards to this question? I just thought of a hot dog. Like with all the trimmings on it. That sounds delicious. I forgot who else had that. Guess I'll just chill. Chill while you can with this one. Okay? All blissed out and nowhere to go. Be here now. Come on, Inner Peace. I don't have all day. You just have to bide your time. Okay, but I think this person will probably make a move. Okay, now we're going to read for Pisces. And after Pisces, we'll perform personal yes-no readings. You know, give at least each person one. Okay? Do Pisces have a secret romantic admirer? 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 I heard, of course, just like Virgo and Scorpio got the same thing. The answer is yes. Wow. Wow. Yeah, they want to marry you. You have the Eight of Wands, which is a highly communicative card. I don't know if you met them online, because this is an online dating card, or you could have met at the work, because this is a resumes card for me. But it's also the international. I don't know if you or they are, well, I don't know if you guys are from completely different cultures. And then look, hot, 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 hot with the Ace of Wands in the upright. And look at this, Four of Wands. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Right? Okay. Let's clarify. What's this Four of Wands in upright mean for Pisces? In regards to this question, what does this Four of Wands in the upright mean for Pisces in regards to this question? What does this Four of Wands in the upright mean for Pisces in regards to this question? Boom. Look at this, Four of Wands in reverse, clarifying the Four of Wands in the upright. I don't know if they're wishy-washy back and forth with you. Gateway to meditation, they're back and forth about you. Not because you aren't any good, it's just, you know. But Pisces tend to mirror energy, so I don't know if you're like this too. There's a delay or waiting for divine timing. Well, we know what this means, so. But let's clarify this just for kicks. Please clarify the Eight of Wands in the upright for Pisces in regards to this question. Please clarify the Eight of Wands in the upright for Pisces in regards to this question. Please clarify the Eight of Wands in the upright for Pisces in regards to this question. Boom. Yeah, there's been rejection. Now, you have 3 4s. And I have to look this up because I don't get that too often. 3 4s is work. So you know them through work. Or they think it's going to be too much work. But this is also a boredom and stagnation card. Right? King of Swords. They think about you, or you think about them too. Like in a logical way. Like, would this work? You know? And then you have the Seven of Cups in reverse, wake-up call in regards to this. And strength. If you're a woman, they want to take care of you and they want to dominate you, but they want you to take care of them too. You know? This is a very traditional person. If they're a dude, they're the boss. They're the man. He does man stuff. You do female stuff, right? And it's not like an oppression thing or a misogynistic thing. It's like, okay, if I'm the man and you're the woman and we act like we're supposed to act, then things will work better. There'll be more balance, right? There's good luck attached to it. Okay. Let's get additional information. What additional information do you have for Pisces in regards to this question? What additional information do you have for Pisces in regards to this question? What additional information do you have for Pisces in regards to this question? Third party situation, they may be married. Or you are. Another person disrupts your relationship and causes turmoil. Trust is broken by infidelity and struggling to rebuild it. Okay? So, if they're married, there was a temporary separation, and they're trying to rescue it. But that takes time. But they're still attracted to you. Okay? Why? So number 14, which is related to the Temperance card. Break that down to 7, Chariot. Halt. Twin Flames in reverse. I can't help but want you physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You're all I think about when I am alone and lost in my thoughts. Our twin flame connection drives me insane. They really want you sexually, so it's sex-based. That's where they can find you. If circumstances were different, they might have a long-term relationship with you, but if they're with somebody, they're trying to like fix it, and so they're just going to confine you to fantasy or sex, right? Sounds boring. Okay. What advice do you have for Pisces in regards to this question? What advice do you have for Pisces in regards to this question? What advice do you have for Pisces in regards to this question? What advice for Pisces do you have in regards to this question? Hey, get your questions ready because there's a delay on this. Please phrase it in a yes or no. Do not tell me your sign. Do not tell me your birthday. I don't need to know that. He was frank with me. Remember I said hot dogs? Look at this. Right? Make me one with everything. So they think you have everything. Okay, but they have responsibilities and commitments elsewhere. But remember I said hot dog, right? How crazy is that? To chill, try an ice cube. To become more fluid, add wine. If they drink, they think about you while they're drinking. And it's filthy dirty. Okay. Does anybody have a personal question they want answered? Please phrase it as a yes or no. Otherwise, I'll skip it or reword it. Going once, going twice. I really appreciate you guys. Hi, Natalie. Do you see my future love life partner approaching me soon? Okay, let's do the Astromatrix Tarot. So I'm going to reword your question a little bit to make it more specific. If that's okay. Because real soon is broad, right? Thank you for your question, by the way. Will Natalie's future long-term romantic partner approach her in the next 6 months? Will Natalie's future romantic partner enter her life or start a relationship with her in the next 6 months? I heard a possibility. Remember, fates can change all the time, right? Ooh, the answer is yes. Somebody has a wake-up call, or there is a wake-up call. Maybe, I mean, it might be, the intuit I'm getting is that someone feels they don't have a future without you. They think you're beautiful. Beautiful, confident, sexy. They think you have something to offer, that you would contribute, be a good contributor to as well to the relationship, even monetarily. What's my hair doing? You know? I don't know if you have fire or earth in your chart. But they think you're grounded. And you might know them already because we have the new start. Now, aces are new beginnings. It's never happened before. I don't know if you know this person already, so let's clarify that. Okay. It may be a Capricorn. The answer is yes, though. Please clarify this Page of Pentacles for... I know it's going to do a yes-no reading, but I'm nosy. What does this Page of Pentacles mean in the upright for Natalie and her question? The Fool card in reverse. Now remember what I said about the Fool card. For me, when it shows up in the reading, it's immature and not serious. It's casual. I don't know if this person is recovering from something right now. You're trying to heal a broken heart. They're trying to overcome an obstacle. They're waiting for information to come in. But they think you're beautiful. I think you know this person already. They think you have something, but again, the Fool card showing up is not great for long term. I think I'm getting back to school next month and maybe apply to law school. Will I enjoy the course? What course? If you give me the course like name, then we can get more specific answers, right? Remember, the more specific answer, sorry, the more specific the question, the more specific the answer. I hope that was a good one, Natalie. Oh, you're welcome. Son, can you tell me the name of the course? Because just course is too broad. Because school has more than one course, so that's why it's too broad of a question. No, I know it's law school, but you say, will I enjoy the course? What course? Yes, they might not be serious. Like intentionally so. The Fool card is someone who's very casual in their relationships. They can't hold one down or they won't. For me. They think you're beautiful. I mean, this person is not serious about any relationship right now, according to the cards. Okay, studying, not just a specific course. Got it. Will the person known as Sun enjoy law school? Will the person known as Sun enjoy law school? Not that you're not worthy, okay? A lot of women, they think, well, you know, I mean, we try to tame men, you know, as a rule. You know, that's why we may be attracted to bad boys or whatever it is. Not me specifically, but just in general. You know, we like to, women, you know, try to not oppress men or emasculate them, just, you know, if someone's rough around the edges, we'd like to be the softener, in other words. But the Fool card, I mean, for me, it's someone who's just, they're too casual, you know? They jump from bed to bed. Will the person known as Sun enjoy law school? I feel like it's a big yes. I think you're going to find one sub-discipline of law that's just going to be like living and breathing. Look at that. The central is like Sun, right? The answer is yes. You have two upright cards. Five of Swords in reverse. I won't lie. It's going to be hard at times. You know, you're going to win some and lose some. You're going to doubt a little bit. There is one guy, but I blocked him because I think he was being too casual. Yeah. But this is a future love partner, not a past one. So that's why the questions matter. So that's why I get really specific with how I upload the questions to the cards. Okay. This isn't, I mean, you know them, but you haven't been with them. Okay. And this is a future love partner who's not going to be serious. You asked about the future love partner, right? Look at this, Sun. The Sun. And you might meet your mate there. You're going to love it. This is new love on the way is a key phrase of the Knight of Cups. That's amazing. The answer is yes. I hope that I explained that correctly, Natalie. Anybody else? Now, if you want an extended personal reading from me, I charge $75 for a half an hour. I think it went up to $125 for an hour. And then the 12-month reading, which is not timed at all, my recent one was like 4 hours long. So that's $250, I think. You're welcome. I'm glad to assist you. And I'm so happy you guys are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. If you like these readings, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. It will really help me. And I think it's a good, even exchange of energy. Okay? Anyway, nobody has a suggestion for tomorrow's All Signs? I will try to knock it out in the morning if I wake up early enough. I can see that I've gotten it down to like 2 hours. If I keep it a simple question, you know, with not too many, if I pull like just a couple of cards. Oh, my phone died. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's okay. You can watch it now. Roll back and watch it now. Because sometimes the live readings will take up to 48 hours to reappear again on the feed because YouTube looks at it and, you know, looks at it for like nudity and all that. So sometimes it will appear like 2 days later. So you want to DVR right now to see your full readings done. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, you guys. Okay. I will talk to you tomorrow, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. Okay. Bye-bye.